Hey, good morning. This is Matt Reisinger with Reisinger Homes. Welcome to my video blog on green building and building science. This project behind me is a renovation project here in North Austin. We're doing this project with Weber Studios, and I've got a really exciting roof going on this house that I wanted to show you a little bit about. So I wanted to show you what kind of the general architecture looks like. It's a one-story house. It was a one-story before. We're not adding on to it. And I wanted to show you what we're doing in the roof. So let's jump up on the roof and I'll show you the system we're using. Okay, we're on top of the roof. As I mentioned, this is a one-story house. It's kind of nice with this 412 pitch. It's fairly comfortable to walk on. And on top, what I'm standing on right now is a peel and seal ice and water shield. It's by Carlisle. It's called WIP 300 HT. It's a high temperature version of a peel and seal. We've used that on this entire roof. This is a really good product in that it seals through the nail holes and really provides a very long-lasting protection. Underneath this, unfortunately, I didn't get here before we covered it, but I've got 2 layers of polyiso board underneath this WIP 300. So each layer is 1 inch thick. We laid it so that the seams were staggered, and that way we've got really good coverage on top of the roof. I really like this iso board because it's R6 per inch. And with 2 layers like we've laid on top here, we basically have an R12 on this roof before we've even spray foamed on the inside of this house. And it really provides a full blanket on the entire house. A really good insulation system. In the next video, when we come back, I'm going to show you what the lath system looks like and what the metal roof is we're using on this house. But I think this is a really well insulated house, and I think it's going to perform really well. So let's pick this video up when we get to the next stage. Okay, everybody, we're back. My roofer, I think you saw in the previous video, had put down our ice and water shield. This is a Grace WIP HT. It's a high temperature ice and water shield. And then my roofer then came back and put our 1x4 slats on. This is basically a 3/4 inch thick slat. You can see he's using a nice big, I think it's a 4.5 inch screw to screw these through that 2 inches of iso board and into my deck below that. And then my metal roof is set to go on top of this. We put these on slats in this direction so that we can let some airflow in, and then as my panels get laid this way, they've got really good continuous bearing, and they can screw those metal panels down anywhere in there. And then they also try to skip these. You can see we've added some skips in between these. We don't want these butted up too tight, so we can get some good airflow from the eaves up through the ridge on this. So we are ready to start laying some panels. I think they're coming tomorrow to put panels up. So we'll pick this back up as they're laying panels. Alright, everybody, the roofers have made some great progress since I'd made the last series of videos. Let me show you what we're doing now. They've got this core vent in here, and this is our D-flashing, a little drip edge on the front. This is our fascia board on the house, a beautiful cypress. So what's happening is this is our venting right here. This is an unvented roof, unvented attic, I should say. However, we're venting the roof. So let's go up on the roof and I'll show you how this works. All right, so now we're on top of the roof. This is that D-flashing I was showing you about. And so this 3/4 airspace here has venting at the eave, or at the fascia, I should say, right in this front here. And you can see this is that 1x4 we showed you on the last video. We've left gaps in between it so that air can flow all the way up to the peak of the roof, and then our cap on this roof is going to be vented. Let me show you what the snap lock system looks like. So we've got this entire side of the house done over here. This is a 26 gauge Kynar painted roof. This is Energy Star White, which is a fantastic color. I was super excited that David Weber chose this white color. Very high reflectivity. It's going to make a really good energy efficient house. And so let's let these guys finish and we'll do a quick wrap-up video when we get this all done. Okay, my roofer is completed. What an amazing project. This Energy Star White is really reflective, and I now know why they call it Energy Star White. I've got a huge expanse of white roofing. If you walk this way a little bit, I'll be able to show you this front roof right here. Just a huge mass of white panels right there. I think this is going to make a very energy efficient roof. This is a Sherlock 150 pattern. So they actually seam this with a seamer in the field. after it's been screwed down, and they run a seamer down these seams. That's why they call it a standing seam metal roof. And then at my pop-up locations, if you pan this way, you can see we wrap that metal around the sides as well. And my roofer did a real nice job on those valleys of doing a nice soldered pan in there where all those valleys were coming together. So that'll be nice and waterproof. So if you were doing a metal roof, I highly recommend doing a white reflective roof. This is going to be an amazing roof. And with the 2 inches of rigid foam, and I sprayed 5.5 inches of spray foam underneath this to make a conditioned attic, it's really going to make an amazing house. I would expect their electric bills to be very, very low in the summertime. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We'll see you next time.